Just really wanted to say that over the 2 years that I managed to have you as a student in your classes, it's mostly always been interesting to have, someone who can give a different perspective on mathematics.
You helped me become more disciplined in doing things I don't want to do, but I know I have to do. Waking up 4 days a week during the summer at 6 a.m. to go lift and cleaning up my part in the locker room took a ton of discipline. You helped me get the motivation to just do the little things. Overall, Christian Brothers has guided me into understanding what it means to be a man. It has taught me many lessons, and I'm not just talking about lessons in science,
math, English, and history. I have been able to appreciate every day with my brothers because of all of my teachers. The life lessons I have learned from all of you help me be thankful for the opportunity to spend each day as a brother's boy. My first period with you is a memory I will never forget. A man that can remember everyone's name is an inspiration to all. My freshman year, I was inspired by you as a coach. A friendship that began during my freshman year has continued to grow to my senior year. Every day during the end of practice, we would come together as a unit and say a prayer. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him. May we humbly pray and do thou. O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the divine power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits, who roam throughout the world seeking the ruin of the souls. Amen. This was the first educator of the Christian Brothers to push me and begin the development of becoming a man. Today I see you every morning on the way to homeroom and think back to the days of playing under you. You have inspired me to continue to strive for greatness and never settle for less.
As a sophomore, I thought you were a general, always being strict and letting nothing fly, but later on I realized that you were actually disciplining me in a way, showing me actually how to be a real man, taking charge of what I do in life.
The time and patience you had with me will never be forgotten. You were an amazing teacher. I had you as my first period teacher freshman year, so you can only imagine how nervous and scared I was to be a part of your class. However, I soon realized that I had nothing to fear. You are such an interesting teacher. You made sure to actually get to know me and my class and not act as if we were a group of stupid freshmen. We could tell you care for us, and I have learned so much from you. Even though I'm a junior now, that does not stop me from having a conversation with you in the halls. Despite the few years that have passed so quickly, you still remember my name, which means so much to me. Knowing that a teacher actually cares for me and is willing to get to know us is an amazing feeling. You are one of my favorite teachers of all time, no doubt. You are hilarious, welcoming, and non-judgmental, making you a wonderful person and an excellent teacher, and I am so honored to have been one of your students.
You never had me in a class, but you're always there to say great job when I do well. When I don't do as well as I hope, you're always right there to tell me I will do better next time. It just feels like you have my back and push me to do better. You have been a colossal influence during my time at Christian Brothers.
At first, I viewed you vaguely as an athletic coach who taught on the side, but when I began my second half of high school, that paradigm shifted dramatically. You stopped me in the hallway during junior orientation and inquired about my collegiate goals. You told me that if I ever needed assistance, you'd be happy to help. I'm not sure you knew how much you'd regret that statement. Throughout the next 2 years, I entered your office ceaselessly, seeking guidance on my direction as a leader, a college-bound student, and most importantly, as a man. With you, I've written essays, organized a nonprofit organization, created a new student council, and developed a relationship with a mentor unlike any other in my life. I say with heavy heart that I hope your advice is not contingent on tuition payments, because if so, CBHS may keep receiving them on my behalf. Your genuine devotion to spurring the growth of young men parallels that of Brother Joel, and I don't use that compliment loosely. Regardless of where I end up, I hope that the principles I learned from you remain a companion in my life. Commitment to excellence, dynamic thought, discipline, pursuit, service, devotion, and true Christian love.
You were the teacher that pushed me the most. Your class pushed me out of just being a student here to actually getting involved. I was never supposed to take your class, but I'm glad that I did. It sent me out to many different events throughout the year and helped me show the true spirit of CBHS. It showed me how great of a community CBHS is. There are so many people connected because of the school. It made me see how proud I am to be a brother's boy. I think that one person in my mind qualifies as the person who really pours their heart and soul into their work here. I also know that you are that one person, and I'd like to thank you for my time here at CBHS.
This was a changing point in my life. I never really cared about getting involved with school until joining you. This has become a family to me. It is somewhere I feel as I can just be me. You are a very big part of that. You take the time to get to know your students and really care about us. You never turn us away. You're different. You push us to be amazing and be ourselves. I'd like to thank you because you pushed me out of my comfort zone and made me do something that terrified me to death. And now it is something I love.
As an officer, I've been most influenced by you during my time at CBHS. The fact that you have the type of positive attitude that you do amazes me, given your enormous workload especially. Though I know this is true of every teacher at the school, I've seen firsthand the responsibilities that you manage, and I couldn't imagine dealing with that much stress. Because of your workload, you have your officers help in many ways. The most fulfilling role that I've had has been my role as president. Because the position is not just a title, as officers we are allowed much of the responsibility and influence in meaningful decisions, though you always have the final say. It's always allowed me to have a great experience as a leader, seeing what it feels like and finding my strengths and weaknesses. It is a kind of opportunity that is not very common for a high schooler. However, it is with you because you're willing to put so much of your trust into us. I'm extremely thankful for the guidance and trust that you've given me to help me mature and change for the better.
You taught me a lot on what it takes to be a great Christian and a great human being. You helped me sort out my thoughts on social issues going on in the world. We have had many conversations about interesting topics, giving points of views from every side. These conversations made me more open-minded and helped craft my beliefs and thoughts.
I'm so privileged to know you outside of school. I really appreciate the heart you put into your job and think you are an ambassador and example of what an excellent teacher is.